All right, guys, and we're live. Welcome to Nothing is OB Golf Podcast, H-Town edition. I got two of my good buddies right here. I got Rafik Sandford right there in the top right-hand corner. How's it going, Rafik?
It's a beautiful day, brother. How are you?
Man, hey, I'm blessed. 41 years old and blessed.
Happy birthday!
Hey, this is when y'all are supposed to sing Las Mañanitas for me.
I'm not singing, bro. I'm not singing. I'm not singing. I'm all tapped out. We played some great Houston golf courses. That was me singing.
Thank you. And then I got Eric Otto right there, the Mexicutioner. How's it going, E?
Yes, sir.
I can't take him anywhere.
Not even your own house, dude. Not even your own house.
I had to kick him out.
Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate it. These are the two gentlemen, the two gents I was with not this past weekend, but the previous weekend in H-Town or in Richmond and in the Woodlands. They treated me to some great golf courses, some awesome times. And you know what, guys, to tell you the truth, I played outside of myself when I played those 2 rounds. I normally never have birdies. And so I had several out-of-body experiences. And I just want to let you know I experienced it with y'all.
Nice.
Well, I mean, I was glad to see you rose to the level of the golf courses we were playing.
I don't know. I played down to my competition, though. Would you say?
No, that's a shot.
Wouldn't let him talk to me like that, Feek. I wouldn't let him.
Hey, man, I think he's talking to you, bro.
Hashtag shots fired, E.
Yeah. Fireball!
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Well, right now you're on my live feed on my Facebook, on Nothing is OB, my group page, and then Nothing is OB South Texas podcast. All right, so letting y'all know Nothing is OB, and that's pretty much for you, Mexicutioner, right there.
Sir.
Well, it's coming.
It's gonna be tits.
I give it 3 more minutes.
Well, guys, hey, guys, once again, thank y'all for being on the show. I appreciate it. Now, guys, why don't you tell me or tell our listeners just a little bit about yourself? Go ahead, Rafik.
I mean, that's a loaded question. What do you want to know?
Tell us a little bit about your personal life, professional life, and how you got into the game of golf.
Personal life, just originally grew up on the East Coast, moved to San Antonio, graduate of the Converse Jetson. If you didn't go, you just don't know. Rocket Pride till I die. Went to college at the University of North Texas. Refereed college Division I women's basketball for 20 years while working as a drug rep. Retired from the refereeing, and then now I am a regional manager, shareholder of Next Level Urgent Cares in Houston. And how did I get started in golf? That's a funny story. So my mom, I'm the only child raised by my mom, single teacher who taught at Jetson. And her boyfriend actually lived in Houston. He was a lawyer here in Houston, and a really good lawyer, I guess, because he was flying her up all the time to come see him on the weekends. So I was basically by myself as a 16-year-old in an apartment on the weekends. But one of the things he did, he's bought me a set of Yonex golf clubs that were an old set of his. And that's when I just started hitting the ball and not really knowing what the heck I was doing. About 17, 18. When I was about 20 or 21, those were stolen out of my car. So I stopped playing golf for a little while. And then after I retired refereeing, I got involved with the Houston Golf Association and started helping run the Shell Houston Open. And after that, the rest is history, man. You can catch me every Sunday morning, every Thursday. Well, I don't want to say too much, but every Sunday morning for sure. I don't know who's watching this. With this guy, the Mexicutioner at least, and quite a few of us out playing different courses around Houston.
All right, Eric. Now tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you got into this game of golf.
Okay, I guess same thing. Grew up single parent. My mom raised me and my brother, and really we just grinded it out, dude. Just tried to follow the money. I finished up my degree at U of H, and then I ended up doing I sell tacos, man. So my grandmother opened a shop out in Stafford, Texas, in June of 1984. Um, we've been there for 36 years. I've been there full time since 2000, January 2000, and so yeah, I started the game. We used to do these big tournaments, man. I started really playing Tiger Woods golf on Xbox and PlayStation, and we would have tournaments, man, and we'd go out and throw some money in the pot and actually play the video games. And my father-in-law, when I got married in 2004, my father-in-law asked if I'd ever swung a real club, and I never had. I played football and baseball and everything else, but I'd never swung a club. So up in the front of his neighborhood, they had a driving range right there, and he had an old set of Wilson. Man, I can't even tell you. He was like, "Here, use them if you like them. If you want to play, then go ahead, and if not, then I'll take them back." And so we went up there together, and I think it might have took 5, maybe 10 swings, and I was hooked. Man. I hit a 7-iron, felt like a golf shot. And the rest is history, man. So I've been roughly, lower. I can shoot mid 70s. I can shoot, high 80s. With you, what did we do the other day? I was, I think 80, 81, 82, 84, something like that. And
yeah, what did we do the week before, though, dog? Tell the truth. What did we do at Magnolia Creek?
Cool stuff, man. Hey, man, there wasn't enough beer. That was the problem, okay?
There wasn't any fireballs.
No, there was no fireballs. So a tradition that we have for, I don't know, the last 6-8 months, man, it started up. Rafik started bringing fireball shots, man, and it's for birdies, okay? And we were like, yeah, why not? So we would bring one fireball shot for everybody, and then we'd end up, if there was 2 birdies, we were like, man, we should bring more. So Specs runs a deal. It's a 20 shot pack. What is it, like $10?
$16, baby.
Oh, $16
in a bucket.
It's a bucket. Yeah, it's one of those big ass, like those white buckets, right?
Yeah, so we started buying those, and oh man, we had a round out at High Meadow Ranch. It's out in Magnolia, and actually, his group was walking off the green, and they were going up to the next tee box, and one of the guys, Rick, in our group, was I think 190 something yards out, hit 5-iron. Lands on the green, rolls up, and literally it goes in the hole. And I could hear them screaming from the tee box. Ah! Everybody got nuts, man. And we're out there in the fairway. Ah! And of course, the people on the next tee box up there were like, "Act like you've been here before." So we were getting all hyped, dude. But that's really it. We like to go out Sunday mornings and just have fun, man. Play good courses. It doesn't matter. We travel. I think. Probably up to an hour away in North Houston, South Houston. Doesn't matter, man. As long as they got good greens, it's we're down.
Well, that's the benefit in being around one of the largest metropolitan cities, especially here in Texas, and then one of the biggest cities in the United States. That you have those all access to all those courses. Like I remember telling people what courses I was going to play. A lot of people, Rafik, a lot of people don't know Black Hawk. A lot of people, like you even told me, you said, ask them if they know Shadow Hawk. And of course, that was a definite from anybody who's a player in the game of golf, for the most part. They knew a lot of them. Oh, Shadow Hawk, that's a nice course. I said, well, I'm not getting on that one. I'm getting on the one across the lake, across the pond at Black Hawk. And then I say the stepbrother.
Yeah.
and then I say Carlton Woods, and then everyone's just like, oh damn! How do you get on there? How do you get on there? And I said, well, I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy.
That's how it happened, man. So,
I think that's pretty much how you get on a lot of great courses. So we moved into a new house in July, and actually we live in the same neighborhood now. I live in the same neighborhood as Eric, which is really bad for my live in the same neighborhood, And when I moved, I have a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old who just popped in with a shirt off.
Yeah, people are probably thinking, what does he got going on?
It's not it's QAnon. Leave me alone. I am not a pedophile. It's my kid. When we moved, I used to live on a golf course, which is a pretty good track for a public course, and it had 2 courses on it called Quail Valley. But when we moved, found a country club that was within like pretty much 8 minutes of a drive, and opportunity for my daughter to go practice a lot, opportunity for me to go practice a lot, play a lot, and it's just really it's lovely because you actually get 5 courses out of that. So you get not just Black Hawk, but you get Black Horse has 2 courses, and then you get the 2 courses at the Golf Club of Houston, which is famous because it was the one that was the host of the Shell Houston Open until this year. So it's kind of dope that you have all that right in your backyard and you're able to do those kind of things and just practice. And I find myself just going out and playing a couple holes. Like I played yesterday and got bit by the darkness at 6 o'clock, and we are just about to tee off on 18. But I know after playing with you Yahoos at 550 that on 18 when it's 550, we just hope you hit it straight and hope you hit the next one straight, and then you putt, right? So I had a great round going yesterday. I was 10 over through 17, and then darkness came. So there, take that, birthday boy. We was just letting you slide because the funny thing is where we played Sunday, Eric, the greens were so slow that it was when I came back to Blackhawk yesterday, I was like, oh, I'm back home again. And it was just you tapping and it was gone. So, like Eric said earlier, for me, it's being with my friends, Sunday morning rituals, but also playing some good greens because, some courses look pretty, but my goodness, if you put the ball and it doesn't go anywhere, it's not as much fun. And the steamroller needs a little bit of good grass to get going.
The steamroller.
Yeah, that putter, is that what you call it?
That's what I call it. It's sitting right over here, man. It's over here getting massage.
It's over there in its own little massage chair or what?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
It was acting right yesterday, so I'm going to give it some love.
Yeah, you got to. I would definitely. Now, in all fairness, though, on 18 it was dark as fuck. But I'm going to tell you, it was like what is it? It was dark as fuck on the streets. My hands were all bloody from pumping on the concrete. Hey, okay.
It was dark.
Yeah, it was dark. But you know what? In all fairness, we all found our ball. We all found our tee shots, and we all played out the same ball on that hole, and that's because the only light we could see on the 18th green was from the damn clubhouse.
Yep.
Hey, but that's the rule in the dark. If you find it, you keep going. If you can't find it, you're out for that hole.
I know. Hey, Rafik was almost out of that hole.
I saw it. Yeah,
he was almost out.
Oh, well, watch your mouth now. Hold on, man. I found my ball. He still made a bogey. So, hey, what did you think of 17, though, Andy?
Dude, okay. Well, after I put my second shot in the water, after I put my second shot in the water, and you know what? I blame that on Eric though because I hit a damn good shot, and then Eric was over. He was looking the other way, or I don't know. He had a left-handed cigarette or something in his hand or something.
Whoa!
And
whoa!
I don't know.
Hold on. There's somebody knocking. I think it's the police. You just been out. It's not legal here.
And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's over here. Oh, I don't see it, man. I see it. And then I looked at him. He's like, you must have rolled in. Oh, okay. Okay.
Local knowledge.
Okay. But no, Black Hawk was an incredible course. A lot of water, surprisingly, because I guess just from the outside looking in, you don't realize how much water is throughout that course just from looking where I normally look at, outside the gates. I can't not able to get in, and I appreciate it, Rafik. I mean, man, you must be a big baller over there because everybody was like, "Hello, Mr. Sandford. Hello, right this way, sir. Right this way. Put it on my tab."
Hey, look, man. When you pay monthly, they better know my damn name. They better know I'm doing something wrong.
Well, guys, like I said, thanks so much. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then you even told me that Sunday y'all got to play the course I've always wanted to play was the Tour 18.
Yeah.
Now, no, now the Tour 18, I know it has Amen Corner, but what are some of the other great holes that it has from some of the other famous courses around the world?
So number 2 is Bay Hill with all the big lake on the water, go all the way around par 5. It has the Disney par 3 with the Mickey Mouse trap guarding the green. It has TPC at Sawgrass, the Island Green. Dude, it's got so many cool holes out there, and I think sometimes I get starstruck. I'm standing on the tee box and I'm like, wow, I've seen this hole on TV like 1,000 times, and I know where it should go, but I know where it's gonna go. So. And then I just try and play it, trying not to be in the trees. As long as I can find it, hey, nothing is OB.
Yeah,
There you go. There
nothing
it
is
is.
OP. But you
There
forgot
it
it has 17. No, is it 17 on oh my God, the Players Championship.
Oh yeah,
in
TPC
Jacksonville,
Sawgrass.
TPC Sawgrass, and then it has Pinehurst, Inverness,
It's got the what is it? Doral. That's 18.
Doral. Yeah, the finishing hole on Doral. I mean, it's just a fun course. It's a great layout, and it's in great shape, but it was a little bit slower than what we're used to for the greens. But it was if you ever get up to Houston, and I think they have one in Dallas too. I've never played that one, but if you ever get up to Houston, it's Houston folks don't like Dallas people. But if you ever get up to Houston and can play it, man, I would jump all over that. Hey man, F the Cowboys, man. Fuck them Putos, man.
Hey, come on, man.
See?
Come on, man.
I can't take this dude nowhere, man. God.
Hey,
Y'all
come
were worried
on.
about me.
Fly,
Hey,
Eagles,
y'all-
fly.
Oh man, shoot. Hey, y'all got a great record, dude. Y'all got a great record. Hey, y'all are in first place in the East.
That ain't saying much, bro. I mean, I could get a team of Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder, and we could contend.
Hey, those are some bad men, though. Those are some bad men. Hey, but you know what? I like Invincible. I like Vince Papali. Hey, it's an underdog story, man. You know,
it is. But yeah, man. Hey, so tell us this, man, because Eric and I are always trying to do little day trips, or even when we came down and played with you at the quarry. I haven't really played. One of my favorite tracks down there is just because I grew up in that neighborhood is Olympia Hills. It's a great muni. A lot of great stuff in terms of looks and hills, because we don't have hills here. But what are some of the good courses that we don't, Eric? We ain't got no hills, bro. It's Houston. That's why it floods every 5 seconds.
Okay, there's overpasses. There's one at every
yeah. We ain't hit off of overpasses. But what are some courses that, besides the ones that we were gonna go play when we came down there, that Andy was like, "Yo,
I know."
I'm like, there.
I was like, damn. I was like, I have zero access to those tracks. Now the courses they were talking about were like Oak Hills, Briggs Ranch, and I'm like, who do y'all know? I was like, because man, I was like, I'll give some hand jobs over here, and I still won't get any access in.
You need more lotion.
It puts the lotion on the skin. It puts the lotion on the skin already.
Well, what are some must-play courses down in San Antonio?
You said Olympia Hills, and I know the pro out there. His name is Sal. He's a real good dude. He's from Temple, Texas. He's actually related to one of my fraternity brothers, and that course has always eaten my lunch because it's so tight. The fairways, it does have some huge elevation changes. Especially when you go from 10, it's got a huge dog leg around right, and then it drops straight down. I'd say about 30 feet. And then you go to 11, you're up on an elevated tee box, and it's got a 50-foot drop to the green.
That par 3?
Yeah, that par 3 right there. And it's got the rocks and kind of that canyon to the right. It's an awesome track. And I think over the years, the city of Universal City that runs it, they've done a great job. They put a good amount of money back into it. And, man, that course, it's such a tough track. I've never really shot in well there, but it's a great track.
It's a great value.
Oh, no. It's a great value. And on certain days, hey, come play after 2 o'clock, $34. You
Oh,
get
yeah.
a drink ticket, a hot dog, and a green fee, you know, with the cart. I'm like, shoot. But that's a course you never walk. We tried to walk it one time during the whole COVID shutdowns, where they weren't any course in the city was not allowing any carts. And me, my fat ass, and three of my other fat ass friends, we tried to walk that damn course. Gosh, I mean,
That's not a good idea.
we struggled. And then it was a little cool outside that morning, and so I made the mistake of wearing pants. And you know what? These were like, yeah.
Going on.
Oh, there was some rosal going on over there, man. You know, like I just said, does anybody got any Gold Bond or baby powder? Because I mean, man, I was getting real chafy, you know. And but you know, so the next hole, because it's not a course you walk. Like I give credit to any of those dudes who walk that course. But we're coming from, I think it's from 4 to 5, or hold on, it's 1, 2. It's 2. 2 is the par 5, and we're coming from 2.
Yeah, that par 5 and that second hole is no joke. You're
Yeah.
like, wait, what did I just get myself into?
It is, but then going up to hole 3, I mean, and walking it is straight. Like, I mean, I'm standing up, going uphill, and I'm carrying my damn clubs. Like one of my buddies had to help another one of my friends just to push his ass up there, just to get him up. Well, you have Olympia Hills, and obviously you have the 2 TPC courses. You have Canyons and Oaks, and I think when I spoke with Matt Janella last week, he even mentioned those courses, because one is a Pete Dye and one is a Greg Norman course. The Oaks is a Greg Norman, and I believe Sergio Garcia. I think they did like a collab on the Oaks course, which is what they played the Valero Open on. And you know what? I'm sure, you know, as y'all know golf, a lot of people don't like to play that course, especially when it's super windy. It's not a really, they say it's a resort course, but there's nothing really resort about it, because you just go there and you just get your ass kicked. And then you lose a ball. The green is the rough is so freaking thick. And then actually this Saturday I'm playing the Canyons, which is the other course, which is a Pete Dye course. But that one was more of the Champions golf courses. So you know how the Champions, it's for the viejos, it's for the older guys. It's, you know, the fairways are wider, greens are bigger, you know, it's just, they give you more misses, you know, and those are good course. But another one that's really down the street is Canyons, is called Canyon Springs. Now, I don't know too much about the history, but I knew that they had shut down the course because of the COVID as well, but they redid all the greens. So the greens are in, and they shut it down for like 4 months. The greens are in great shape. That's a value, because that's probably one of the top courses that you do have guys like me have access to. And it's a really nice track. It's a hill country track. They even have a freaking fenced off area. They have 2 huge ass longhorns there, like right by hole number 1. And it's got a little bit of that hill country. It's got, you know, like wide open. It's got the, you know, the elevations. It's got a waterfall on hole 18, you know, so it's got a little bit of everything. I think that's one of the best tracks. And so when y'all come back down, and I owe y'all, so Canyon Springs, and then I can get us onto the TPCs over there, you know. But, you know, I mean, TPCs are good. They are good. And
I just want to play that TPC because it has is it 16 with the par 3 with it surrounded by bunkers? Damn near on the green.
It's got the bunker. It's got the bunker in the middle.
Yeah, right on the green, Eric.
Yeah, it's right in the middle.
It's
good night, baby. And so
good night.
Good night. Hey, they said good night. This is my daughter. Now, so those are a couple of great tracks. Cool. Now, if like, I think I got treated to some of the finer golf courses that Houston has to offer when I went. But what are what would be some of the municipal courses that you know, just regular guys could go on, and you would say would be a bargain for that course, or would you say it's like a dime piece for y'all to play in the Muni world?
I'd probably say my favorite one to go to that's public that you could just get on. It might not be really the best value. I think what did we play Cypress Wood for? It was like $70.
I mean, it's like $70, but I mean, for Houston, for a course of that quality, that's a damn good deal.
Cypress Wood has 2 courses. They have the Cypress course and the Traditions course. The Traditions course that's where they used to hold the qualifier for the Shell Houston Open. So that's their signature course. And I used to play with this other group Sunday mornings, and that was on the schedule like every, I don't know, third or fourth Sunday. We always went back over there. It's such a nice, the greens are always in great shape. The layout is perfect. It has some holes that if you play a fade, it's perfect. You play a little baby draw, that's perfect. I mean, the fairways are really wide. There's the greens are fairly big, but the greens are always in great shape. So we love to go out there from our house. It might be, I don't know, maybe like 45 minutes, an hour from here, but totally worth it, man. It's on the north side of Houston on 1960 in between Highway 59 and 45. But if you're ever in Houston, man, you want to play a really nice track. Cypress Wood Traditions course, man. Highly, highly recommended.
And then, I mean, but I think anytime, like, especially if you're not living in San Antonio, I know a lot of people don't really like coming to Houston because they say it's too much traffic, which I think is crazy because I don't know what y'all doing down there on 35, but y'all need to fix that shit like now. And how the heck does 281 still have lights? But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I digress. But when you're coming to Houston, it's all depends upon what side of town you're staying on. You know, like Eric and I and our crew, we're gonna do whatever we gotta do to go play good courses.
Down there on 35, but y'all need to fix that shit like now. And how the heck is 281?
Sorry.
But anyway, that's a whole nother story.
I'm trying to access some of the comments because you have to register on StreamYard, my streaming service, in order for me to see your name right on here. So I'm trying to look because I got some guys freaking saying some stupid shit on here, and I want to know who's saying the stupid shit. You know, like they're like, as long as you had underwear on, you're okay. So I'm trying to see what knuckleheads say this stuff, and so I'm having a look on mine. Okay, I see it. All right, I see it. This is one of my buddies. All right,
but I think it all depends upon what side of town you stay on, because I mean, for us, it's easy for us just to get up on a Sunday morning, and we like to play early Sunday. Get it done, come back home, and maybe, you know, we have a more. Sorry, my wife just left. She's like, I don't want nobody to see me because I'm in my cigar room. She's like, I don't want nobody. I'm not ready. So if you're like where Eric's talking about, on that same side of town, you have like he said, Cypress Wood. You have Cypress Lakes. You have Tour 18. Those are all up on that side of town. And what's the High Meadow? What's it called, Eric? High Meadow.
Out in
High Meadow Ranch.
It's a probably from here, same thing, about 45 minutes, but totally worth it, man. It's got instead of 2 9s, it has 3 6s. They have a front 6, middle 6, back 6. So it's a super track, man. And I think we get out there. The last time we went out there and paid, I think it was like 60, 65 plus tax, something like that. So yeah, really nice track out there. It's just kind of out in the middle of nothing, man. You drive out there in between all these big ranch style houses, everybody's on land, and you drive all the way back through the neighborhood, get a good scenic view. What did we count? Like 30 deer last time we went out there?
Yeah. And you see some wonderful houses.
Beautiful, man. It's really nice course, man.
So that was dope. But then if you're like coming on central side of town, or like say you're coming for a weekend to go to watch the Texans lose, or go do something like that.
Hey, Bulls on parade, man. Bulls on parade.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I'm still a H-Town fan. Now that Bill O'Brien's gone, I'm happy. But I would say that, you know, you right there, you got Wildcat. That's a pretty good value, and you get great views of the city. And they have 2 courses, link style, a lot of blind shots, but it's a good value. And then you go south, you know, if you're staying in Galveston, Moody Gardens is a great track. Moody Gardens is a great track. It's windy. I mean, it's right by the Gulf of Mexico, but it's a good value, and it's fun. You can get around it pretty quick, but you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck. It's pretty tight, but I like it. And, you know, I think we're partial to where we live and where we play most of the time, but that's why we do what we do every Sunday. There's, you know, different groups of us, and we're just going to get out and go play at different places, man. And I think out of those courses, I've really fallen in love with, for a public track, High Meadow Ranch is unbelievably a good value. Cypress wood's a great value. I don't hold it as high regard because I lost my rangefinder out there and nobody returned it. So I'm still kind of pissed about that. And then South, there's got to be something that we play a lot down here besides Blackhawk.
Out in Jackson, you got one called the Wilderness.
Oh, yeah. How did we forget about that one?
Don't go during mosquito season, bro, because
bro.
That is ground zero for every mosquito on the planet, okay?
Yes.
They have literally, it is the Lake Jackson Mosquito Fest. I went out there one day. We had a group of us, like 16, 20 of us went out there. And when you get up there to pay, there must have been like 100 cans of Deep Woods Off and like
oh, that's my favorite.
Like pure
my favorite scent.
You read the can, it's like 98.9% pure DEET, okay? Poison. All right. I sprayed some of that stuff. It got on my skin. I started feeling funny, bro. Like I was like, man, wipe it off. I gotta wipe it off. And it was like barbecue sauce for the mosquitoes.
Hey,
it was some marinade.
That's the only course you can go see a bunch of people playing in the middle of July with none but sleeves on.
Hey, when it's cooler outside, you know, and they're not very active, it's absolute. Or when it's really hot, summertime, it's perfect. Really, really nice track. Yeah, the Wilderness, and it's in the Wilderness.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, when you say Mosquito Fest, I'm originally from Corpus, so I've played pretty much a good majority of the courses in Corpus. Well, every summer we always like to go stay in Port A. We rent a house over there along the beach in Port A, and we always go play a vacation round there at the Palmetto, and it's right by the water, but it's right by the dunes as well. And I mean, mosquitoes, they don't normally like this dark meat, you know, so they don't mess with me. They come on.
Like he comes to Kente in this shit, man. They don't like this dark meat.
Hey, I have
like he's Shaq.
I have my fall shade on right now, okay? But get in summertime, hey man, you know what? People aren't they're gonna see us next to each other, and you know what? They're gonna be confused. You know who's the mixed race over here, all right? So I'm telling you, I'm being serious. I'm pretty dark.
Right. You're gonna be the only one mixed race because it ain't me.
And so
the can, bro. Being over here in Houston, it's so damn hot. You hide from shade to shade, dude. You literally drive from tree to tree and park underneath it because it's 114 in the shade. And I take my shoes off, or I'll try and go somewhere with sandals, and my wife's like, no, put some shoes on, bro. That's not work.
well, shoot, that's what I like to play. I like to play shade, you know, shade golf. You know, like, hey, I hit it by that tree, I hit it by that bridge over there. You know, well, shoot, we play at the Palmetto there in Port A, and you know, they said, oh, it's one of the top 10 destination courses in Texas by some sort of magazine, right? And I'm just like, really? I said, I'd really never heard of it, and that's because I'm from Corpus. Well, I go play it. It's freaking $92 to play there, like on a Thursday at like noon, and I'm just like, oh, y'all ain't got no twilight rates around here. Like, nah, dog, we ain't got no twilight rates. So we're on I think like the second or third hole. My ball is by the rough and by the native area, you know, these huge ass weeds. Well, I go to dress my ball, and all of a sudden I said, man, I'm just getting bit. I'm getting bit. And like, for reals, no, I never get bit by mosquitoes. Like, I never have mosquito bites. And it's just ridiculous. You know, I'm getting freaking covered. I mean, I'm getting covered, and you know, like we're like, all right, guys, hey, you know, we're playing vacation golf. So if we hit the ball by the in the rough, by the damn native area, we get to play it. We get to play it back in the fairway, you know, and you know how those vacation rounds go. And so I got some pretty good vacation scores, you know, I really do. Got some.
Well, I would hope so. Sounds like you're damn near cheating. Shit.
It's pretty close, borderline, you know, borderline.
It's called the Mexican foot wedge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it really is. I mean, but shoot, you know, and unlimited mullies, you know.
I knew I like playing with you, bro.
I know. Hey, but Eric, you notice how he just dropped two things he's doing and we didn't get a call? He's playing TPC this Saturday, and then his annual trip to Port. I ain't.
That's okay.
I got a car.
Oh no, hey, y'all
mean-
y'all got bumped up the list. I mean, y'all are up there now. Hey.
Oh, we
hey,
like
hey,
13 and 14.
Hey, shit's changed. No, it's y'all are like 8 and 9. Y'all are like 8 and
Oh.
9.
Wait.
Yeah, 8 or 9.
You know you're a damn lie because we're 9 and 10 because you already got 2 fortunes.
Okay, because really what it is that my buddy's getting married, Gino, Eric, our boy Gino, Taylor and I's boy, he's getting married this weekend, and everyone's staying there at there at JW Marriott. Yeah,
Great
we're
hotel,
staying.
man.
Yeah, we're staying. Oh man, amazing. And so the first night it's no kids, because it's his wedding night. And I told him, the only way I'd go to your wedding if it's damn open bar. If it's not open bar, then don't invite my ass. Like just don't. Stream it. I'll watch it on Facebook. I'll watch it on Facebook. But he said, you know what? It is open bar. So I said, okay. So now I'll be there. And then we're playing Saturday there at the Canyon. So
Very nice.
I got one spot open. So if anybody wants to come, or if both of y'all want to come, you know what? I'll kick one of the other guys. It's only one of my fraternity brothers that I've never seen.
I'm Gucci. I got to play. We're finally playing Gus Wortham this Sunday.
Okay, that was going to ask you, Gus Wortham, Matt Janella. That's where he had his skins game. Now tell me something about this course.
I can tell you a little bit. I've never played it. He hasn't played it, right?
No, never played it.
So here, long story short, back when the guys that it's called the Houston Golf Association, they were the ones that ran. We were the ones that ran the Shell Houston Open. They started a new arm where they wanted to start saving some courses. The city was about to shut down Gus Wortham and make it I don't know. I think something similar to what like Sunken Gardens is down there, Andy.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were going to shut it down, and then HGA stepped in, raised a lot of money, really took great care of the course, and rebuilt it, redesigned it a little bit, and now it's a great track from everything we've been told. So it's time to go see if it really, I believe it is. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about it since they redid it. So I think it's going to be pretty fun round just to go see what it is. And I mean, and you're talking about a value. It's $50 with a cart. So on a Sunday morning. So again, I think Eric and our crew's goal is not to turn away from just not because dollars doesn't always equal great courses. What you spend doesn't always equal what you get. But if you can find a true gem and a true value, let's go play it. And if we play it and like it, then we add it to our bi-monthly rotation or something like that. Because I think we don't talk about this at all, but I think our goal is to try to play every track in Houston at some point, and just kind of go see what's going on and what it's like and whether or not what we can do. But when you get a good crew of people that want to play a lot and we're all consistent about it, it makes it a little bit more fun and allows us to get out there and just hang out because, no matter what happens throughout the week, I mean, we're all trying to do whatever we can to pay the bills and live our lives and have a little fun. And I think Sunday morning is take a little break away from the wife and the kids for a little bit and just go hang out with the fellas and go have a good time. Some Sundays end up being a little bit longer than others in terms of just what we end up doing, going to eat and hanging out. And if we haven't seen each other in a while, because some guys can't play every Sunday, but it's something I look forward to. Is something that is everybody that knows me knows I'm not free till about 2:00 on Sunday, just because I'm out playing golf. And it's just fun because you're exploring. And I'm excited about this Sunday because I don't think any of us have ever played this golf course. So there's nobody with more information than anybody else about what we're doing. So it makes it fun.
Well, and I think that's what pretty much gravitated me towards you because I'd like to think, Eric, I don't know you as well as I know your brother, obviously, because, Taylor lived with me. We're fraternity brothers. We're pretty much, I like to think he's one of we're like best friends. And same thing, and it's just kind of like you always want to surround yourself with like-minded people. And it seems like when I met up with y'all at the quarry, Eric was like, feek this, feek that, and I'm like, what's a feek? Like, I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
That's an
I'm
experience.
and I'm like, I'm like, what the hell is a feek? And I said, hey, bro, can I just ask you what's a feek? Oh, that's Rafik. That's my boy Rafik. I told you Rafik, and I was like, okay, so Rafik and Feek are the same person. Okay, all right. And then when I met you, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Because you know how it is. Sometimes you just don't hit it off with people. You don't. You know, and I like to think. I like to think that I always go into every foursome or every, you know, at a friend of a friend. I'm like, okay, hey, if he rolls with E, you know what? I said, hey, he's got to be cool. You know, he's got to be a good dude. And I like to say, you know what? I play chameleon golf. That I said, oh, okay, you want to put everything out? I can put everything out. You want to play gimme golf? I can play gimme golf. You want to play mulligan golf? Hey, I can play mulligan golf too. You know, I think that's the thing that I like to play with like-minded people. You know, I like to play with people that you know what, necessarily are you playing everything by the USGA rules? No. Are you playing within a gentleman's game of honesty and integrity? Yes. You know what? If you three putt, or do you say, hey, I three putted that, I got a double bogey? Yes. You know what? Are you holding yourself to the standard of your scorecard? Yes, you are. But at the same time, what are you doing? You're having some adult libations. You're having some stogies. You know, you're smoking something. You know, you're out there just who's looking around?
Where you going, me?
Or I'm sorry, if it's a vape, it's not smoke. I'm sorry, I don't know that. You know, I'm not.
He's trying to save that one.
No, because a lot of my boys, and one of the groups I'm in, four bros, like all these guys have vapes, and I'm just like, I don't do that stuff. You know,
Handed cigarettes. You're right.
And you know what? And I think that's the thing that really gravitated towards y'all, because you know what, like even Matt Janella said it. It's about the experience.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's about the experience. It might not be about the scorecard or the legendary course, or it's about the experience. And you know what? When you're like, hey, I can roll with this dude. I can play with these guys. You know what? I can not only play with these guys, but you know what? Hey, you know what? Yeah, I'll go have a beer afterwards. Yeah, I'll go grab a bite to eat. You know, because you know, in the grand scheme of things, when you play with guys outside of your group, you can't always say that. You know, you can't always say it's like, oh, hey, oh man, wife's making something. When have you ever really used that real excuse? The wife's cooking. Well, I gotta go.
Best part about it is, you know, our first time ever playing with you, we were out there at the quarry, like you said, and I think the best part about it is we were talking shit on the first hole. Like, we had never played together. We're already like, bro, does your wife play too? Well, I mean, nice shot if you don't care what you score, you know? You know, so, I mean, it's all good fun, man. We like to go out, have a good time, and you know, hang out with your boys, and you make new relationships. And I feel like being on the golf course a lot, you know, it's a good networking. You know, you meet people that you know, are in different professions, and you know, shoot, sometimes they scratch your back and you scratch their back, and y'all actually introduce them to other people that love the game, and you know, it's a big network, man. And like Rafik said earlier, man, it's I look forward to Sundays, you know, and it's not a you know, trying to get away from your duties or whatever, your, you know, house duties or whatever. I mean, I try and get Saturday, I get home from work and try and clean up around the house and get everything done. And really, honestly, if I take 3 or 4 days off, I normally play, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are really good for me. And then most Sundays. So at least 2 or 3 times a week. If I don't play at least 2 or 3 times a week, my wife is like, don't you have a tea time? And I'm like, yeah.
I don't. That's a good wife. That's a good wife right there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We all know we've had great experiences on the courses, and you know, through us, that's where I think Eric, yours and I relationship has improved, and I made a good friend in Rafik. Now, what have been some of your greatest memories being on the course? Like, was it maybe a golf trip, or was it a particular hole, or what was one of, I guess, the best experiences you've had that maybe stand out more than any others? Eric, go ahead and go first, Eric.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I know you've told me several.
Oh,
you know, so
look, here comes some status drops. To anybody who's watching this, he's about to drop some bomb statuses.
Okay. Look, dude. So
tits, bro.
It's fucking
tits, bro.
So I have a friend of mine that passed away 2 years ago, Scotty Bratton. He was diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma cancer. Pancreatic cancer. And so by the time they diagnosed him, he was pretty far gone. So they started chemo treatment, and they started, just trying to be aggressive with it and trying to do what they could. And we have a friend of ours who, by the way, that's our Carlton Woods plug. He goes by Arthur Dent.
Who, Arthur Dent? Not
Arthur.
Harvey? Not Harvey Dent?
Okay.
Okay.
I thought it was Mike Cox.
And
I thought it was John Cocteau.
this guy is one of the best human beings I know. I mean, is from day one, we really hit it off. I mean, we've just been like brothers the whole time, and he's him and Scotty were really, really good friends. They grew up together. And once Scotty got diagnosed, Arthur said, hey, I'm gonna take you, and we're gonna play the best golf courses that we can while you're alive. And so we did the first year, 2016, we did the Pebble trip. So we landed in San Fran. We started with Pasatiempo. I mean, enough said. That course is just unbelievable. Okay, we did that. The next day we went and played Pebble, and then we backdoored that. We had the morning round was Pebble, and the afternoon round was Monterey Peninsula. This is stuff that without my buddy Arthur, man, I wouldn't have been able to do anything like this, man. I mean, he set everything up. He had all the tee time set up. He had everything set up for us, man. We flew in. He flew us all out there. And like I said, just super guy. The next day we did Spanish Bay. The last day we did Spyglass. I think the second year we went and played Newport Beach. We stayed in SoCal, Balboa Bay area. We played Newport Beach. We played Pelican Hill. The third day we went and played the Riviera. And then we finished up with a little course called Dove Canyon. Super, super course too. It was like $55 just outside of LA. And then Scotty passed away the following year, and we had already made arrangements to go to Bandon Dunes. So we set up the trip, and Scotty passed away, and we just me and David really, it hit us pretty hard, because we were doing a lot of these things. Scotty wanted to play Bandon Dunes, but there's no carts. It's all walking. So no medical exemptions, no, handicap stickers on your car. It's walking. Either you walk or you don't play. So, we sat down. I brought a 38-year-old bottle of scotch to David's house. He had a 40-year-old bottle of scotch. And, that night got pretty blurry. I ended up calling my wife that night to come pick me up, and she was like, nah, I'm not bringing you home. You can sleep on the couch. So long story short, man, we ended up playing Bandon. We played 9 rounds in 4 days.
Whew.
So we landed the first day. We had enough time to play Bandon Trails. We did the first day. Then the next day we did the following 4 days, we walked 36 holes every day. So it was like a mix of Bandon Dunes, Old McDonald, then Pacific Dunes, back to trails. We played. We were going to play the par 3 course, but by the time, I think after the third day, I had one toe on my right foot. It wasn't even really a toe anymore. It was just a blister, like old purple blood blister. So coming up 18 on our last round, on our last day, I hit a solid drive, and my approach shot was not as good. It was left, and it went down this hill, and I was like, all right, Dave, I'm done, man. If I go down the hill, I'm not coming back up. So David finished out, and so yeah, that's probably I think the most memorable part of any of those trips was the Pebble trip. Coming up the third day, we were going to play Spyglass, but you can go up there to the club and you can have dinner. And there's a bar outside, and they have all these, fire pits, and you can all hang out. And far off in the distance, we heard bagpipes. And so you're listening, and down by the coast, there's a guy down there, and he's playing bagpipes. And he's walking up closer, and he'd take about 20, 30 steps, and he'd stop and play some more, and he'd take another 20, 30 steps and stop and play some more. And before we knew it, he was on the 18th green, and he starts playing Amazing Grace.
Oh, damn.
And by this time, we had already played 2 rounds, and we had a couple of, I think we had a couple of glasses of Johnny Walker Blue Label, so we're pretty sauced up.
Oof.
I have never seen more grown men tearing up, trying to hold it back. Don't cry, don't cry. I mean, it was
just let it happen. Let it happen.
It did, man. I looked around. I looked at Scotty. He's crying. I looked at Arthur. He's crying. And Scotty brought his son with him that first trip. It was that was something that I'll hold close to my heart, man, for as long as I live. So it was a beautiful trip. Like I said, all thanks to Arthur. I couldn't have done anything like that without him. So he's just a good, really solid human being.
But it sounds just like what the purpose of the whole trip was, more than the courses. It was the company you had, and that was probably a great memory that you will never forget about the trip that you had with Scotty.
Yes.
And then obviously playing in somebody's memory, or keeping the memory alive for somebody, for you and your boys. That there's no other better feeling than that, man. Awesome freaking story, dude. Hey, you're giving me goosebumps. Anyone that knows me, I'm a little bitch. I mean, and Rafik, I know you learned that pretty quick, that I can be a little bitchy. And I was raised by 4 women, and just say, like you, Rafik, I was raised. Hey, my mom was a tough lady. She was a tough lady. I was raised in a single parent home, but I was raised with my 3 other aunts. So hey, I'm very emotional. All my kids that I coach are like, Coach, you're going to cry, aren't you, Coach? You're going to cry. Yeah, I'm going to cry. I was like, but I'll still whoop your ass.
I'm going to cry, but I'll whoop your ass.
I was like, yeah, I'm going to bitch. I'll do it. But I'm going to cry whooping your ass, though. All right, Rafik, tell me.
I mean, I think it's no matter what I think about, no matter where I played some fun courses. I haven't played Pebble yet. Been to Pebble, but I haven't played it. But it all just comes down to who you're with, like you just said. Like, I mean, I played a great course with just my wife and I, and where they held the senior skins game in Hawaii. I mean, that was a beautiful course. Played in Costa Rica, beautiful courses. Played Whispering Pines here, which is one of the best private courses in America, twice. Great course. But at the end of the day, the biggest memory I have is, I mean, it wasn't this summer, but last summer, took my wife and kids. We went to Myrtle Beach, and for 2 days, 2 out of those days, we played. And it just was fun playing with my kids. Played in 3 courses in Orlando with some buddies, and 2 in San Francisco area with my buddies. I mean, those are the things I remember. I can't really tell you, oh, this hole was this and that hole was that. I don't remember that. I remember the memories of the trip. I don't, if I see the hole again, I'd be like, okay, I do remember this hole, but I couldn't tell you hit it this way, hit it. I don't know. But I just remember the laughter, the joy, or the truths, or just the memories of what was going on during those trips. And that's why, even though the Sunday thing isn't really trips because of COVID right now, I mean, eventually we like to be able to get to that point and say Saturday night we go somewhere and hang out, and all of us just kick it, and then Sunday in the morning get up and go play, and then come back home. But I don't think of. I mean, I played some top-notch courses, but I just love the fact that who I'm with, because when I'm comfortable and I know who I'm with, and I can trust these people, and we can just really sit down and talk about real shit. That's what's important to me, and playing golf is just part of that. It's the vehicle that gets us there, and I'm willing to drive that vehicle as much as possible. You could take me to whatever you called it, Palmetto down in Port Aransas. I'd bitch about paying $92 if the course sucked and I got West Nile out of it. But at the same time, it'd be more about who we're hanging out with, what we're doing, what we're going to do afterwards, what we're doing, and just the camaraderie of it all. Because for me, the one thing that has been most important to me about me really getting into golf is that, after refereeing Division I college basketball for so long, those people became like your brothers and sisters. That was your group. That was your fraternity. Because when you're on that court, nobody else has your back but those people. And been just trying to figure out how to replace that. And this is it. This is my thing for the next 25 years of my life, just hanging out with my boys and my kids who are, one of them, my daughter is amazing. I mean, she's not going to pay for college. She's 13 and drives 230 yards, but those are the things I like. It's just the interaction with it. I mean, golf is a great game. But it makes me laugh when people say golf is boring. I'm like, you're just not playing with the right people. You've never gone out with your friends. You never, experienced what it really is. It's fun. It's just different. The only thing I don't like about golf is if I'm playing with somebody who's terribly slow. That's it. I mean, I don't play fast. I just play quick. But we've got a buddy in our group that he ain't been out with us in a while, and there's a reason for that. But we love him to death. But we call him the Loch Ness Monster because he'll disappear in the damn woods and come out with like 20 balls. Meanwhile, we 3 shots ahead waiting on this dude. But it's fun. It's fun in the moment. It's fun. But I don't – what'd you say?
I said, we love you, Dex.
We love you, D. But at the same time, I don't really care about where we're playing. I just really care about who I'm with. Because, I mean, me and Eric were talking about this probably about a month ago, is that when you're comfortable, your game is good. You know what I mean? When you're comfortable with who you're with, you're having fun, your game is good. Even if you shot a 120, as long as you play quick and hurry up and find that damn ball, let's keep it moving. But at the same time, I just want to have fun with my friends. And one thing that this pandemic has taught me is, and like Eric, I lost a best friend pancreatic cancer, and that was in 2007, and that just kind of changed my life, because you start realizing that everybody's not here forever, and you got to make memories while you can and just have fun. Because shit, I could go out tomorrow and I get in a wreck and it's over. You know what I mean? But as long as I have fun today and have fun playing golf and love my kids, love my wife, love my family, and love my friends, and let them know that I love them, that's really what I'm here for. And golf is just a great way to do that, man.
I totally agree. And that's one of the reasons why I started this podcast, because you know what? I think a lot of people have a lot of good things to say and good info about courses, like courses in H-Town, and golf experiences and buddies trips that I think people, they just don't know about and want to know about. Like I know, like Eric, you said, you took a trip all along the Monterey Bay, all along the coast. Feek, you said you were in San Fran, and then you were in Hawaii. You played in several courses in Orlando. Like me, like I played what is it, Magnolia there at Disney, and and I've been to Cabo, and I played several like immaculate courses that a lot of people would not get on. But if you want to get on, you can go see a timeshare program, and hey, you can get on Los Diamantes, you can get Tiger's course, you can be on Cuivera, you can be on these courses that that probably people like me shouldn't be able to get on, but I've been on. But I totally agree with you. It's all about the memory. It's all about the moment and all about the experience. And I really started this podcast because it's a way for me to stay connected to my dad. I probably didn't have the best relationship with my dad for the first 18 years of my life. And I think a lot of that was him. A lot of that was me. And as I was growing up, even my half sisters were like, hey, man, you need to let go of this hate. And I'm going to tell you, I think one of the things that was able to replace some of those feelings I had, we worked that shit out on the golf course, for being together for so long, by having a couple beers, talking it out, having, playing till sundown, having those 4 or 5 hours that I'm like, damn, I look back now and I said, I wish I would have just put some of that old shit, some of the hate aside. And I wish I could have more of those days. But now that I have that opportunity, I said, shoot, I'm going to live it up. I'm going to live up those damn times. I'm going to enjoy my round. Like you said, I'm going to enjoy my family. I'm going to love my wife, love my kids, but I'm going to love life too. And I think that's one thing that golf has been able to help me to do is, hey man, stop and smell the damn roses. But like you said, it's about the experience. My buddy who's getting married on Friday, we took him out this past weekend for a round. And you know what? Like you said, it's the comfort. the comfort, the people who you're around. You let your guard down. Shoot, I shot my best freaking score ever. I shot a 74, and you know what? Oh, come on, man! You're gonna make me go run and get the card. I'm being serious. But you know what?
Hey, we already heard about these bulletins on vacation. So I know
but it wasn't a vacation round. We were playing like at our home course, you know. So it wasn't like
what is your home course?
It's a Golf Club of Texas off of Highway 90 and 1604. It's going out. It's right next to Briggs Ranch. It's right next to it. There's Briggs Ranch to the left. And then there's the gated community, and then there's the redheaded stepchild Golf Club of Texas on the right hand side. That's got potholes on the entryway, everything. Hey. But like you said, you let your guard down, and before you know it, I looked at it and I said, "Shoot!" I said, I got one birdie and one bogey on the front. I shot 36 on the front, and then I shot a 30. I shot a 38 on the back, and I'm like, "Oh crap!" But you know, like even with y'all, I birdied the #1 handicap when we played it at the Nicholas course, and I'm just like, you know, I have those out of body experiences. But again, it's because who you're with. It's the time, it's the moment, you know, it's the experience, you know.
Yeah. And by the way, did you know that damn caddy left my 56 degree out there? I had to go back and get that damn thing.
No way.
On Monday, he calls me, man. I was like, hey, you want to get out and go play? He goes, well, no, I'm driving back out to the Woodlands. And the dude left my wedge out there.
George.
It's all a different shade of shit.
George.
Too busy writing them one-liners instead of getting my damn club.
Hey, he was good though, man. He was.
You remember anything he said?
Yeah, you know.
Okay, let's kick him, because I don't.
Okay. Oh, because I recorded it.
Okay.
Give me the read, George. It's Grandpa's pajamas, and we're all waiting.
That's one ball out.
2 balls out.
2 balls out.
2 balls out.
Oh, the Italian Speedo.
Yeah, the Italian Speedo is a 1 ball out.
Ball out, yeah.
And then it's a Kim Kardashian.
Well, Kim Kardashian?
No, it's a Kardashian. He goes, it's a Kardashian. What do you say?
Nothing white getting in that hole.
Well, what about the Lance Armstrong?
What is it? What was it?
1 ball left.
He had a bunch of them.
Man.
Oh man, dude, he was good. And he goes,
he even took a fireball with us, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He was a G.
It wasn't just on the greens. It was that one. Remember that one time you hit the drive and it was trying to turn back left and it was stayed right and it kept going. And he goes, "Oh man, that's the fat chick." And we're like, "Okay, we're waiting." It was like, "What?" And he goes, "Can't turn over."
Hey, dude. Okay. Hey, y'all aren't supposed to put this shit out here, man. Like this is my new material.
That's your material.
Okay, because you know how it is. Okay, like all right, like tell me, Feek, like or E, tell me what's Feek's like one of his go-to lines, like in something, because one of my lines is, and I think I gave it to y'all enough, or he didn't want it. You didn't want it. That's my go-to line. All right, so tell me, E, what is one of Feek's like go-tos? What's one of his lines?
I think the most common one after a hit, and if it doesn't do what he expected it to do, the first thing that comes out is "a la verga," and I'm like,
that and fuck, I got Monica Lewinsky. That was a Lewinsky.
Yeah.
What is that?
All lips, no hole.
Oh. Ooh, I like Lewinsky's. Those are the only kind of cigars I smoke, is Lewinsky style.
Okay. Hold on. What just happened? What just happened, bro? And Eric is always sucio.
Ooh, dirty. Oh, yeah.
Or tits. That's tits, bro.
That's tits, bro. It's fucking tits, bro.
Bro, tits are perfect, man. Little ones, big ones, baggy ones. Tits are perfect.
This is no longer a family show.
Hey, baloney ones.
Hey, I'll take them. Hey, no me importa, güey.
We'll see, like in the group I play with, like one of the ones is what'd you get? I got a Cinco de Mayo. You know, it's like you got a 5. You know, Cinco de Mayo. What'd you get? I got a dub. You know, Dub Nation, Warrior Nation. You know,
yeah. Mugsy.
Mugsy is ours.
Yeah, Muggsy.
Muggsy.
Yeah, I heard y'all say that, and I'm
Yeah.
over here at first. I'm like this.
Muggsy.
I was like, when he was with the Raptors or when he was with the Hornets? And I'm like, oh shit. You know what? I'm just okay, good one, guys, good one.
Yeah.
Okay, now as we talk about these rounds, as we talk about these experiences, one of the questions I always ask our guests: who would you play your final round with? And it could be a foursome, it could be a twosome, a threesome, and some even said fivesome. Rafik, who are you playing your final round of golf with?
Well, my boy E, my cousin, his name's Theo, and then probably a couple of my homeboys from Cali, or one's from Chicago, one's in Cali. Just guys that I enjoy. I mean, that would be the most cool breeze, comfortable round. Matt, my boy Matt from Cali, would ride with Eric so they could do what they do. We'll pull up in front of a couple other groups and get away from the rest of us, pull off in the woods, and you just smell it later. You know what I'm saying?
It's incense.
Yeah, incense.
Lavender.
My little cousin is just I love him to death. He's like my little brother. Went to Naval Academy. Somebody I love, and we have so much in common, and I just love spending time with him. And he's my right hand man. And if I had two foursomes, I have my boy Cruz that lives here. I would never want to play with like somebody famous. I would not be like, in terms of a great golf, I wouldn't be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, ooh, like, sure, I would love to say Tiger, but I don't want to play with that motherfucker. He's gonna beat the shit out of me. I don't even want to do that.
Well, that's why when I said it, I said, oh, Charles Barkley. I was like, I know I could beat that dude straight up.
Probably, but they say he's only bad on TV, so I don't know.
That's true. It's gonna be interesting seeing him play in that one charity event. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I think it's just, again, it goes back to just who are we gonna have the most fun with, especially if we go away somewhere, and who's gonna have the most stories. Like the next phase of our friendships are moving on until once our kids get older, we start taking trips with our wives because we ain't got to worry about children, we ain't got to worry about dogs.
Hey man, I almost got eaten alive.
No, look, I'm looking at this motherfucker right here. That dude that's an executioner. We ain't got to worry about dogs. We ain't got to worry about nothing. But just having fun because, I mean, it's things that we can do as friends and as the only child, at least for me. I mean, my really close friends are like my family, and I'll do anything I can for them. But I just and our wives start hanging out, hopefully, and they all get along. Those are things that are important. And just kind of just hanging out and sharing knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Sharing what we know, because there's things I've learned on the golf course about investing my money. You know what I mean? And stuff like that from just listening to other people that I know talk about things that I never would have known. But just having fun with people, man. It's fuck. I mean, we got we like I said earlier, we got stressful shit that we do deal with from our quote unquote 9 to 5s or 7 to 2s that we got to deal with. But at the end of the day, man, health is wealth, bro. And I don't care what I got in the bank account. If I'm stressed out, I ain't living a good life. The fuck am I doing it for?
I feel you, man. Eric, who are you playing your final round with?
If you don't say me, I'm gonna slap. Y'all gonna see me get up from my cigar room, walk into my office right through the door, and knock the living shit out of that.
So, of course, first and foremost, man, it'd have to be feet. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Good answer.
He's happy. Look at his smirk. He's got that smirk. He's happy.
Look, man. Look, when we first started hanging out, it was tacos, and I always had my golf gear. I was always wearing Titleist hat, or I was always. And then one day he asked me. He was like, "Man, you play?" He goes, "Man, I live on the golf course. Maybe we should get out one day." And that's just how it started. So I think the very first time we played, it wasn't scheduled. We didn't go like, "Hey, I'm gonna meet you there 3:30, whatever." We were just there, and he was there, and I was like, "Man, why don't you roll with us?" And so that's where it started. And it's
Red Rocket.
And it would definitely be Feek. If I knew that it was going to be my last round ever, it's hard to say. I've got so many of my boys that I play with. Definitely Grubby. I'd love to bring that. Hey, my boy Grubby, man, I got to bring him out. Ortiz, even though this dude is, what is he, 38, 30, almost 40 years old, broke his wrist riding his bike. Okay? Riding his bike, bro. I was like, were you trying to be special? Were you showing off bunny hops and shit or what? What are you
Fucker out there doing endos.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
On his mongoose.
He's on his Dino series.
Oh,
His
yeah.
Dino series.
Yeah. Definitely Arthur Dent, man. He's changed my life in a bunch of different ways. If I had another foursome going, I'd definitely bring my son. Dabbles a little bit, man. He's more of a gamer, dude. He's on his computer all the time, and that's what he enjoys doing, man. And I'm not gonna. I have friends that grew up with their dad that played golf all the time, and they forced them to come out. You're gonna come out. I don't care if you want to go out or not. You're gonna come out and play golf with me. And now that they're older, they're kind of like, man, I don't even want to play golf, man. Like they don't have any interest in it. They sold their clubs or whatever, and so. I don't want him to get to that point, to where he's like, oh man, he's gonna be telling his boys. I'm gonna hear him on the computer talking shit. Oh, my dad go play with my dad, dude. He's gonna get drunk, So
Hey, those are good stories too, man. Those are good stories too.
Yeah, but I would take my son. I would definitely take there's just so many to list. But the ones that I name, my buddy Toby, I'm playing with him tomorrow. Now. I love this dude, man. I grew up with this dude. We've done more things together than we've done apart. Okay. But my guy is slow as molasses in the winter. Okay. His setup is everything, dude. It's like Sergio, bro. Remember when Sergio had the yips and he couldn't swing the club, and it was
he's always
remember it was a grip and a
yeah.
grip and a grip and a grip and a waggle and a grip and a look and a grip and a look and a grip and then step back. I was like, dude, just kick it, bro. Just kick the ball. I don't care. Throw it. But,
okay. Tell me, what do you all think I'm a slow player?
No, I thought you were decent. I mean, you went up, you got a yardage, took a couple practice swings and let it fly. I mean, I feel like if you overthink it, you're going to think you stop being positive. I try and be the most positive on the golf course. And instead of saying, don't go to the water, don't go to the trap, I try and be positive and say, okay, hit a little draw, hit a little fade, or I try.
That motherfucker he'll go to a hole that he knows kicked his ass and sacrifice the ball. He'll be like, I'm just, this is for the gods.
No, for real. Number 10 out there, the Nicholas course that we played, we would get up there, dude, and I promise you, man, that for the first 10 times I played that hole, every time there's a lake on the left, every time, didn't matter. I probably raised the level of that lake about 2 or 3 inches with just my golf balls.
What was the symbol that George get? Was that it?
Yeah. And that shit ain't coming. You ain't getting that.
Okay. Okay, wasn't that shit crazy? Okay, I played that whole round with the same freaking ball. I hit it into the woods. Dude took 5 minutes, came back out because it was the same ball because it said it was a tireless velocity that said number 1 dad. All right, I can't remember what hole it was. We were on the back. I hit it into the freaking water. I hit it into the water on that par 3. What does he do? He pulls it out.
Fishes it out, baby.
I'm like this.
Hey, he was worth every dollar to left my damn club out there.
That's true. You know what?
I was thinking, man, maybe I can get a free round out of this.
Did you try?
Fuck no, them folks was looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing there, bro?
Out of here. Can I sneak on, bro? You got my way.
Are you here to get the trash, motherfucker?
All right, guys. Favorite golf movie out there.
Come on, man.
Oof, I'm gonna let Eric go first.
I was trying to look it up, dude. So I think of all time, man, I've probably watched that the Greatest Game. So what's that? Shia LaBeouf, whatever. I've watched that a bunch of times.
Francis We Met.
Francis We Met. That's right. It anytime it's on, man, if it's on, I turn it on. My wife's like, oh, God,
Yep.
we go again. You know, but really, man, I think one of my favorites is Caddyshack, man. I even bought some stickers for the golf cart. I've got them on the side. I'll send you a text of them, dude. It's Bushwood Country Club.
Oh,
So I tried to get Feek to put them on his cart, dude, and he was like, nah.
I love Bushwood Country Club.
What's wrong with Bushwood?
Hey, did you watch any of the movies we told you needed to watch, bro?
You told me movies, bro. Like, dude, you wine and dine me to death over there. I'm whiskeyed up. You kept giving me all these stogies. I think I got lung cancer. You know, a freaking my liver. I mean, and I'm saying these are. I'm complimenting you, okay?
Sounds like you bitching.
I'm complimenting you. I'm telling you. Everything that comes out of my mouth, it sounds like I'm bitching, but I'm really thankful. You know, I'm really thankful. You know, and so you're like, here, man, here. Biden's about to talk. I was like, no. Here, you know what? My daughter makes the best old fashions. No.
Well,
okay.
does she?
Yeah. Dude, okay. I told you, bro. I
No.
don't like old fashions. I do not like old fashions. But
Yeah.
man, I tasted that one. I was like, shit.
Yes,
Like
sir.
I can drink this all night.
Yes, sir.
You have diabetes at the end of the night, but it'll be good.
I do. I left. I'm telling you, I left with lung cancer. I left. What is it? The liver
Cirrhosis.
cirrhosis of the liver.
That boy has cirrhosis. Well, I mean, here's the thing about the liver, bro. You can drink as much as you want because they can cut part of the liver and it'll grow back.
Ah, damn, that's true. All right, so I'm straight. I'm straight. All right, okay. So Feek, golf movie.
Oh man, I think I'm a. Oh man,
Come on, it's on right now. You're watching
I'm
it.
not watching. That's not my favorite, bro.
What is it? From the Rough?
No.
No, happy. No.
Do you know that?
We were
that
watching
movie?
Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
I love it. Man.
No, I'm between The Legend of Bagger Vance and Tin Cup. I would probably say The Legend of Bagger Vance, just because there's a black guy in it.
That's why I said From the Rough. You know, I mean, that was a pretty good movie. I don't know. Do you remember? Do you know that one?
Mm-mm.
It's with I can't remember the girl, but the actor who played John Coffey was in it. It's one of those like BET movies. There was a minority. It was like what is it? HBC, right? A historical black college, and but she only had like one black golfer, and the rest were like international golfers.
Oh, yeah, I might need to check that out. Trying to get my daughter to go play at Howard. So, and by the way, just for the record for everybody, the one that makes the old fashioned, she's 13. She doesn't taste them. Don't call the cops. Again, I'm not QAnon. This is just what my kid does. But yeah, I just like that movie because I like the history of it. I know it's not true, but I mean, let's talk about Bobby Jones. And you know, it's just a dope movie. I just like it.
I like it. You know, E and Feek, you know, y'all said you have The Legend of Bagger Vance and then you have The Greatest Game Ever Played. What I like is that it kind of really goes into like their mental aspect as they are out in the course. And I think if anybody's a golfer, if you love this game, you have those moments where you have to kind of like bear down. You got to bear down and you got to grind it out at times. Or, you know, you got $10 riding on this putt, or you got a couple skins, you got a little $2, you got a $5 Nassau, something, you know, and you're in those moments and you're in those feels. And I think it's just kind of, you put yourself in those situations like, hey man, like in The Greatest Game Ever Played, you know what, man, it was freaking pouring out there. You see him cleaning his golf club with a freaking wet towel, and it's that leathery damn grip. You know, you see Captain Juno struggling in Bagger Vance. You know how he's got the shanks. He can't even just get off the tee box.
Yep.
You know, and then you see him. You know, and then you see little Arnie say, you know what? Oh, you know what? Since it's nighttime, you know, the grass is shifted from right to left, or you know, there's a little bit of dew on there, and you know, you get those feels, and that's why I like those movies because they really make you think about the game of golf and how it's a real mental game. You have to be mentally tough to play this game.
So there was another movie, man. I can't think. It's the name of it is slipping me. I read the book. It was a short little book. and I think Lewis Black played the main character, and at the very end, he was going up against what's his name, KJ Choi.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. It's 7 Days in Utopia.
7 Days in Utopia, dude. That
Man, dog, you look. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Look,
man.
I read the book.
And Robert
I mean, I
Duvall.
saw
Robert
the movie
Duvall.
too.
Duvall, that's
You're
right.
talking about, is that Josh Hartnett? No, that's not Josh Hartnett.
No, it's the quarterback from Friday Night Lights, the guy who played and from Tokyo Drift.
There you
That
go.
guy.
Yeah.
The main guy from Tokyo
Eric, get the fuck out of my house, man.
Drift.
That's just shit. I'm coming to get me a beer. I'm gonna get me a fucking beer. I know you got beer in here somewhere, dude.
Oh, here comes the echo.
Stop
Oh, look at that. Special effects. Hey, man.
Stop it,
Let
man.
the smoke get out.
Hey, man.
Ándale,
I told you it was gonna be-
ándale.
Déjame paz. Damn it. Hold up.
He ain't got no internet at his house, folks. He got to come over.
He does. It's dial up though. It's dial up.
Hey, okay, look, it was on special. All right, it was on special.
He's still waiting for one of those AOL free 6-month packages CDs.
By the way, is anybody watching this?
I got one viewer. Right now. Hey, we're on for 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Thanks,
But-
honey.
But what I do is, and then I take it and I kind of put it in the iMovie, add a little
it up.
title and stuff. Yeah, chop it up a little bit. I had to do that with Matt Janella's because he was driving on the outskirts of El Paso, and so so I'm in the process of cutting it right now, and it looks a hell of a lot better, sounds a hell of a lot better. You were right, Feek. He was a cool ass dude.
Yeah,
Super.
He's really about giving back to the game and really about the munis. I mean, he plays all the top courses, but he loves the munis. I mean, I think we all love the munis, and we all want to play great munis. But there is something about it, if you can and you can live comfortably and you can go out and join a club where you can just go play whenever you want. I mean, literally, we teed off at 3:00 that Saturday and got around the whole course in 3 hours. I mean, it was a busy day. But, there's something about that too. You know what I'm saying? There's a little bit of both. That's why I like Matt, because he's really straightforward. He's a pretty damn good golfer, and it just seems like a guy that you would just like to hang around with and have a drink with and just play around and golf with. And
he seems like a guy that would fit great in for a foursome. He knows the courses. He understands what I really like. What I really felt from him was like he loves the game and he loves the history of these courses. And so I really appreciated him. There was nothing fake about him.
Yep.
And he was a real good dude. You were right, man. You were spot on. You were spot on that he was such a good dude. And I was really thankful. And so, it's just why I do this, guys. I appreciate it, man. Really, I mean, if anybody.
Oh, by the way, I got clowned on Sunday.
You did?
Because I was wearing your shirt, and every time I took my jacket off because it got a little warmer, like, hey, Rafik, who made that shirt? And right along the back of it, clear as day, so Ray Charles can read it. Oakley.
It's in Braille too. It's
It's a dope shirt. But old Mas Grande over there, he's got the nicer one because he's got the big boobs. That's why he likes tits.
Hey, man. It's called baby fat. Leave me alone, bro. It's baby fat.
It's called carnitas, man.
It's called chesticles.
It's
chesticles.
called.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys,
But it was a good time, man. Thanks for having us on, brother.
No, man, I appreciate it, man. I was looking forward to it. I know if anybody has any questions on playing some top-notch courses or playing just some little hidden gems in Houston area, I got my boy Rafik and I got my boy Eric out there. You can hit me up, but I can talk to these guys. They know a good majority around the courses around the Houston, the H-Town area. And guys, I appreciate it, man. I mean, really, y'all showed me some top-notch courses, and y'all's hospitality was just off the chain. The only thing I'm gonna say is that I was pissed off about is that I didn't have any tacos, Eric.
Yeah. Next time,
motherfucker, that was your fault. You pulled into town at 2:05. This shit closed at 2.
Hey man, they put some on ice.
You noticed who had tacos, right?
Yeah, I know you did.
Who called the shop and said,
I know
I'm gonna
you
need
did.
you to bring these with you to the club, bro.
Hey, but before we go, man, I after everything that we've said, man, I want I want to send a special shout out to all the golfers' wives. Okay, man, because I know it's difficult because we get involved in this game, bro, and it takes over. I mean, it's like it's so addicting, and we, you know, we want to get better, and we want to, you know, have that camaraderie, and we want to be with our boys, and we want to do and to be a golfer's wife, man, that's a special woman, dude. How long have you been married, Andy?
I've been married for 13 years. May on this obviously 21. May 10th, Mexican Mother's Day will be 14.
Okay, Feek, how long have you been married?
15 coming up in April.
Okay.
If you count my mulligan marriage first, it's been 20,
man.
the one I had, but I took a mulligan on that one, and this one, somebody getting killed out this one.
All right, man. Look, I've been married for 16 years, okay, and she's put up with all my different hobbies, and I like you know, cars and trucks and building custom shit and doing all that. But I think golf has really kept me, I want to say, out of trouble. And when I say trouble, I mean I would rather spend 4 hours on the golf course with my boys, you know, than go to a bar and go hang out or go to whatever, you know, and do all that shit. I'd rather hang out with you guys and do something like that. And like I said, just, you know, network and just hang out and spend time, man. And my wife has been the biggest supporter, you know, as far as, you know, when I first started playing, man, there was a couple times we had words, and it was more of a really, again, didn't you play last Sunday? And I was like, yeah, babe, I did, but you know, hey, the guys were all getting out, you know, and I think one day the way I kind of put it to her was, you know, hey, I could be doing a lot worse things with my money. I'm out there with a bunch of dudes, man. I'm hanging out with my boys, man, and we're spending.
Rephrase that. That.
Hey,
I'm out there with a bunch of dudes.
Hey, man, I'm hanging out there with my guys, man. Like, you know.
There you go. That sounds better.
So I'd like to send a super special shout out to all the golfers' wives, man, because, you know, they put up with a lot of shit, and I guarantee you, half the time, if we don't have tee times, they're like, ain't you supposed to play today, or don't you have something else to do? You want to go play golf? And you're like, okay, yeah, let me go.
I was like, why are you kicking me out of the house?
That's right.
What do you have going on? But I think at the same time too, the game of golf probably saves some marriages too, because you know what? Hey, you get that time to yourself, they get that time to themselves, right. And so you know what?
You know what my wife does when I play golf Sunday morning? She sleeps. So it's good. It's a good thing. I'm not missing. Like I said, that's why I think it's great we play early Sunday morning. We're not really missing much from our regular routine. We get home quick, but I agree with you about the Wilds. But the one thing that I want to say to cap this thing off is, happy birthday, dog!
Happy birthday, brother. Yes, sir.
41, man.
41, dude. 41.